LeetCode is
Hello, welcome to LeetCode number one, which is two-sum. It's an easy problem, and I would say it's a fundamental coding interview question. It's been asked at companies such as Amazon, Google, Adobe, Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, etc. Let's jump right in. Given an array of integers, nums, and an integer target, return indices of the two numbers such that they add up to target. You may assume that each input would have exactly one solution, and you may not use the same element twice. You can return the answer in any order. Let's take a look at the examples that they gave. So we have an array or a list in Python of the numbers 2, 7, 11, and 15 with the target 9, and the result is 0 and 1. This is because at index 0 we have 2, at index 1 we have 7. 2 plus 7 is 9. Here we have 3, 2, 4, and then the output is 1 and 2 because at index 1 we have 2, and at index 2 we have 4, which add up to the target 6. And as the question said, we'll always have a solution. So we don't have to handle a situation where there is no solution in the past in list. Upon first thought, some of you may think to do the O of n squared solution, which would be to go through each number in the list, and then at each number go through the list again in a nested for loop to find the complement that we need to reach the target number. Yes, this solution works, but a way to optimize it would be to use a hash table or a hash map, which in Python would be a dictionary. So to start the solution, we can just create a dictionary, and in this dictionary, I want to store the numbers in the list and what index they're mapped to. So I'm going to traverse the array, and I'm going to do for I num in enumerate nums, which will give me access to the index and access to the actual value at that index. I'm going to first find the complement, and then I'm going to get this by subtracting target minus the number I'm currently at. The next thing we want to do is check if the complement already exists in the dictionary, which means that we have a match because there's two numbers that add up to the target. So if complement in cache, what I'd like to do is actually return a list of the complements index and the current index that I'm at. Else, this means that we are going to add the current number that we're at in the array and the index into the dictionary. So what I'll do is just do cache num equals to I. Whoops. We don't have to handle the case here where a value like doesn't exist because there will always be an answer, so we don't have to do something like that. So this should be good enough to run. And if we submit it, we got it. The runtime for this algorithm would be O of n because we're only looping one time through the input array, and the space complexity will also be O of n because at its worst case, we're storing every number in the list into the cache. Thank you for watching. Always feel free to comment other solutions, improvements, or comments about the solution. And yeah.